Hey y'all, Zach here. I'm a real estate agent in Nashville, Tennessee, and today we're going to be looking at 121 37th Avenue North, a really cute little home in Sylvan Park, an up-and-coming area of Nashville. As we do a review of this house, we're going to talk about the features, the amenities, how you might use this house, some of the best things about it, some of the things that maybe could use a touch-up here and there, and at the end we're going to give it a home score to see in the future how it stacks up against other homes. This is the first one of these reviews that I'm going to be posting, so to start with, it's just a baseline. But we'll see what happens as we go forward. Without further ado, let's get into the review. As we come up to the house, and again, this is in Sylvan Park, an up-and-coming area of Nashville, we see a really cute little front facade. This house has great curb appeal. It's thematic. It's a very small house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with just over 1,000 square feet on about 0.18 acres. It's snug, but it's definitely cute. The landscaping of the current homeowners and the maintenance that they've done for the house really shines through in these photos. And as we go through the review, you'll see that over and over again. The house does have its own little driveway, which is nice as you get closer to downtown. Sometimes you can lose that. No covered or enclosed parking, but overall a great layout. I do notice that the stairs from the walkout front porch end in the yard. They don't go into anything, but you could fix that with some little pavers or stones or any kind of other feature as you went along and sort of make it your own as you got into the house. I really like the semi-farmhouse style of the house. It's not quite the white brick and wood and black farmhouse that we're seeing all over the market right now, but it does have its own unique little style, and I think I really like it. And I suppose it's important to note that any house that has a specific style is a leg up over a lot of the competition. A lot of homes sort of just build the structure and the bones and don't necessarily have something that really stands out as a style or a feature, and it's great that this house has that. I like the flowers and landscaping. Again, the current homeowners have done a fantastic job with maintenance and with the landscaping and decoration of the home. One of my favorite features to see is wood lining the underside of a covered patio. I always think it's so nice. I have no idea how difficult the long-term maintenance is with the wood like that, or even if it's real wood in this image, but I always think it looks extremely nice, and I'm excited to see it every time. Moving into the house, we have a front little living room area. And again, keep in mind this is a 1,000 square feet house, and we're going to be looking at this from the perspective of probably a couple that's a younger couple trying to get closer to downtown, being able to enjoy the city life of Nashville and everything it has to offer, with a little space to have some friends over every once in a while, but mostly just to live and have access to the city. So this is a snug little living room area, but I think it's really nice. It's good to see the big window coming in, and yeah, it's just a living room. The ceiling fan is a little bit dated and could use an update, but as we go through the house, you'll see little pieces that could use some updates, but plenty of the major features have been updated and renovated over time. I will note while we're still in the living room that the crown molding on the ceiling does look nice, but the popcorn ceilings are a feature that typically homeowners like to see removed. It's not too terribly difficult to remove, but it is an annoying process and can be pretty frustrating if you aren't planning to do it. You can also just live with it and have it there, but a lot of people would want to take it out. I like the hardwood selection of the home, and as you'll see, there's quite a bit of storage. There's also a shed in the backyard that we'll get to. But see here, we have a little coat closet at the front door. Moving into the kitchen, I think this rather small kitchen does a great job of having a lot of cabinet space and a lot of counter space. It's a compact area and really efficiently done. I also love what the current homeowners have done with the chalkboard, making the exposed fridge look more like a coffee bar and a little island. It's really cute, and it does a great job to hide the one little nitpicky part of the kitchen of the fridge exposed to the living room. I really like the granite countertops, the dual-sided sink. I like the glass cabinets around the oven hood. I like that there's only a couple of them. It lets you show off your pretty dishes without having to worry about the clutter in the other cabinets. I also like the backsplash. The subway tile is a nice look here. One thing that I will note is the stainless steel appliances are nice in the kitchen, and I don't know which ones convey in the current listing, but they may need to be updated over time. They look like they're nice little stainless steel appliances, but maybe not as nice as you might want at what this will ultimately sell around $460,000 house. There's also a little breakfast nook dining room area. Again, this is a very small little home, so having these extra spaces really helps open up and create some options for the way that you want to decorate and personalize the house. It's just a nice little feature to have and something that I'm sure homeowners will really appreciate. Likely behind these double doors is the washing machine and dryer. I'd assume that this is a utility closet, only because I haven't seen one anywhere else in the home. I do like the little chandelier fixture here. It's nothing particularly fancy, but it does make the little breakfast nook feel nice. We also get our first preview into the backyard here, which is one of the highlights of this home. You can see the wide double doors there. and we'll get out there before too long. Moving into the bedrooms, this is the master bedroom, and I really like that the home has not put too much space into the bedrooms. Again, this is a fairly small house, and I like that most of it goes towards that kitchen, living room, and breakfast area. I think that's the more usable space throughout each day, and it's important to have that space be plenty big enough for your different activities and keep the bedrooms mainly for a little office space or for sleeping, whatever you decide to allocate each one to. We do have carpet in the bedrooms as opposed to the lovely hardwood out throughout the rest of the home, but I don't think I really mind that here. It can always be changed later, but I think it's nice. It looks like it's nice carpet, clean and well maintained, so it should be fine for the home. I'm not sure if I like or dislike the little light feature that they have in this bedroom here, but it's kind of fun and something different to see, and it's fairly easy to swap out if you didn't like it. Moving into the first bathroom, the bathrooms seem like they're well maintained. They've been renovated since the home was built, but not necessarily anytime recently. It could be a little annoying not having any drawers or counter space on the vanity, but it looks like the mirror opens up to have a little bit of storage behind it. The guest bedroom has got an interesting paint color, but I think it looks really nice. It really helps open up the space with the smaller window in this room. I think it looks good. In the second bathroom, we see it's pretty much identical to the first. They're very similar, and when I first looked at the pictures here, I actually thought that they were the same bathroom, so very close. And finally, we have a third bedroom. Again, it's very small, but I think that's a good thing. It's currently set up as an office. It does have a smaller window, but I think it has plenty of light coming in for what it needs. So with that, we move outside the house, and we get into the best feature, I think, which is the backyard of this house is great, being this close to downtown. Lovely landscaping by the current homeowner. The garden trim wall might need a little bit of work, straightening up and leveling and everything else if you're really attentive to detail, but I think it looks nice as it is. It's got a lovely little deck with pavers walking out, and I like what the current homeowners have done with the umbrella here. It helps keep the sun and rain off the seats so you can use them throughout the summer and enjoy the outdoor space, which I think is, again, one of the highlights of the home. The yard has quite a bit of space as well with this privacy fence. The homes around are built up pretty high, and so you may have a little bit of an issue with how private it actually is, but this is as good as you're going to get, and I do really like it. You also get a first preview of the shed and the second seating area outside. I think you could do a lot with this space, but it's very nice as it is. So now you can see the small little shed. I think this is important because there is no garage space, so you do need somewhere to store your lawnmower, your lawn care stuff, your extra storage. It's nice. You can maybe even upgrade this to a larger shed. I don't know about what the zoning and building and HOA requirements are, but I'm sure it's a useful feature to have. And I like this extra little grilling seating area out here. There's currently a fire pit and a grill. I think that's nice, and you could really do a lot with that space over time. So that's it for our tour of 121 37th Avenue North. I think this is a great option for a couple's home downtown that you want to be going out on the town. You want to be going out to some of the fun little restaurants, music venues, and events that go on around the city. But you don't necessarily need a huge space to live in. It's a great, cozy little house. There's plenty of outdoor space. I think it would be a lot of fun to get into making the home cute, keeping up with the current curb appeal, and strengthening it over time. This is a great house for somebody that wants to do a little bit, but wants a move-in ready home. So let's get into this home score. The home score will be a way to kind of keep track of which properties we've seen and how they stack up against each other. The home score will be broken up into two categories. The first is daily life, your day-to-day activities, how the home is to live with and actually really be a part of. And the second is our fun and occasion score. This kind of captures how entertaining the home is, how unique. It captures a lot of the special use cases of a home. The best way to show you is just to get into it. For daily life, we'll start out with the layout category. This captures the indoor and outdoor layout. It considers a lot of things like storage, flow, how you'll use the space, how you get around, how usable the space is. This is actually a pretty broad category that captures a lot of features of the home. For this one, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I think it does a really good job with the small amount of space that it has. The yard layout is fantastic. I like the side driveway. I like the privacy fence. I like the double seating area out back. It's a fantastic layout that really capitalizes on the space that it has and uses it to the best that it can. The only points that it could get back here are maybe in a little bit more flexibility in the space. Things like the chandelier, which I did say that I like, can limit how you can decorate the space. Also, the bedrooms do lack a little bit of light coming in that maybe could be opened up. But overall, this is a really good layout, and I think it's a great structure to start with that you can really make your own. This captures things that'll just sort of you'll either appreciate or get annoyed by over time. This might capture here that there's no, I would say, guarded parking, which may be a consideration downtown. You're going to be parking in your driveway. You aren't in a garage or inside of a fence. It might also capture that, as far as I can see, there's no stairless access to the home. But it also captures things like the kitchen space is super usable. There's plenty of counter space. The shed in the back helps with storage and makes it easier to maintain your landscaping. This home doesn't have anything that stands out to me as being particularly useful or anything that's particularly frustrating, so we're going to go with a neutral 5 out of 10 for utility. Next up, we have the amenities category. This captures features that aren't necessarily like bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, but sort of the in-between zone of things like fireplaces or covered patios, granite countertops, sort of things that you would put on a spec sheet for a house, but that aren't necessarily the headline figures. This home has a very nice walkout porch. It's got a front covered area. It's got a lovely deck, beautiful landscaping, granite countertops, but it's missing things like a fireplace, a covered back patio, any sort of outdoor built-in fireplace area. It's missing a few things. I'm going to give it a neutral 5 out of 10. Next, for daily life, we have a quality score. This home seems to be well built, well maintained. The upgrades that have been done over time have been nice upgrades and nice selections. I'm going to give the quality score a 6 out of 10. Finally, for daily life, we have the location category. This captures access to fun and events, as well as to work, your commute times, road access. What are your neighbors like? What is your immediate vicinity like? And for this home, it's a fantastic area. It's in Sylvan Park, a up-and-coming area of Nashville with great access to the rest of town. It is on the edge of walking distance to sort of the activities that occupy most of Sylvan Park, but that's the only thing keeping it down from being even higher than a 7 out of 10. This is a fantastic location, plenty of yard space in the area, and a cute little home that's really enjoyable. So that brings us to a total daily life score of 30 out of 50, which is above the average of 25 out of 50, and really a fantastic score. It's much higher than I expected to see on any homes this early in our review process. Moving on to the fun and occasion category. Again, this category is supposed to capture sort of the special use, and this home will really see it, how this category comes to life. The first category for fun and occasion is hosting. This captures having people over, hosting for events, for fun, maybe for guests coming to stay. And for this home, we get a 7 out of 10. It's got a fantastic outdoor area. It's close to downtown. There's plenty of things to go and do or come back from after you go out to a bar with some people, come over for drinks, watch the game. Whatever's going on that you're going to be hosting for, it's a great location to meet up with friends and family and enjoy the home. The outdoor layout is great for having people over. And the kitchen layout leaves a little bit of access for an open layout that you can kind of have some appetizers cooking in the kitchen. You can have some snacks, maybe a little bar area, and still have access to the living room and breakfast area. The only limiting factor for hosting here is that the home is a little small. That's what brings it down to a 7. From anything higher is you're going to run out of space for having too many people over. You're kind of limited to, probably less than 7, less than 10. Somewhere in there, I don't know what the exact number would be, but it's certainly going to be a limit on how many people you can have. After hosting, we have the entertainment category. The entertainment category captures sort of what you specifically are going to do as a homeowner on a day-to-day time in the home that's you're going to enjoy that comes out of the home itself. These would be things like a pool, a nice garden, being able to go for a walk. It could be anything, but the sort of category that we're trying to capture is what do you do on a day-to-day basis for fun that has to do with the home. This house has a lovely outdoor area that I'm sure homeowners would use. Go sit outside and have coffee, have drinks, watch the game, whatever's going on, and enjoy that space. It's also got lovely landscaping that's, I'm sure, fun to work on and get a little bit done. It doesn't have any of the major things like a pool, a lot of yard space. A lot of people like to sit out by a fireplace. We're sort of missing some of those features. So for entertainment, it's only going to get a 4 out of 10. I'll throw out a quick side note, though, that with this home, the sort of personal entertainment comes from the location. And we've given that score in daily. And that's why we see it drop a little bit here in the entertainment score in the fun and occasion category. Next up, we have curb appeal. This is a really cute house. I mean, you just see the pictures. I saw the first picture of this and I knew that I had to do the review for this house. It's a fantastic curb appeal, lovely landscaping, and a lovely job with maintenance and design and styling. For curb appeal, it gets a 7 out of 10. Next up in the fun and occasion category, we have an interesting one called adaptability. And what this means is that as your lifestyle changes, or as you have different interests, or if you want to do something a little bit unique with the home, how flexible is the home to be able to do that? This kind of helps capture some of the dynamic features of a home, dynamic layouts that can be used for different special purposes. And with this home, it really is a very specific sort of category of person and family that wants to move to this home. It is a small space and it would be hard to have a lot of people in the home. it's going to be hard to do a lot of things other than small events and getting out on the town and coming back to the home. It's not going to be ideal for things other than that. So for the adaptability category, we're only going to give this home a 3 out of 10. Finally, we're going to capture the overall design. This is going to be the design coherency, how everything flows together, how it makes sense, how it fits with the purposes that the home can be used for, and generally the overall aesthetic of the home. For this one, we're going to give it a 7 out of 10. The landscaping is fantastically done. There's a great curb appeal like we've already covered. There really is a theme to the home that carries throughout most of the features of the home, and it's really fun to see. So again, for that design category, we're going to go with a 7 out of 10. So that brings our total fun and occasion score to 28 out of 50. Again, a great score. It's over the average. Again, in these reviews, I'm going to be shooting that the ballpark average is around 25 out of 50, although I'll be picking fun homes. So we'll see where that ultimately ends up. What could make this home better? Not a whole lot. I think this is a perfect home for the right buyer. And the only thing that we're seeing in the detraction of the score is maybe a couple little features of it being an older home. And then that it is, again, small and it's right for the right buyer in the right situation, but not for all shoppers and all people looking at the home. So that's our first home review. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this review style and format, what you think. And if you have any suggestions that I include in the future, for sure let me know. I'd be happy to incorporate those. With that, to get the most out of your current and future home, be sure to subscribe. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thanks.